What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the new Get Higher parkour map, all challenges, Camo rewards, plus even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and like I said in my video earlier this morning, there has been so much to break down with the launch of Season 4 Reloaded, and I appreciate all you guys out there for showing some crazy support on all of my recent videos. But also got the team hard at work on detonated.com with plenty of brand new article coverage, keeping you guys up to date with all things Call of Duty. Lots of articles got updated for the mid-season 4 update, and plenty more will be reported on very soon, especially when it comes to Black Ops 6. But as a bit of a recap, there was a Get High event back during Season 3 to celebrate 420. Now, there was an LTM over in Warzone, but we also got the release of a free Universal Camo. Now, the Camo was a bit bugged when it first came out. You had to win a game of one of the Rebirth LTMs that dropped as a part of the 420 collab, but we also saw the release of a parkour map called Get High. Now, there weren't any leaderboards or rewards for hitting certain milestones while playing it, but it was still a ton of fun. The only issue, as we'll circle back to later in this video, is that the map released in kind of a weird way. It kind of came out on like a Friday evening for about, I think, 4 hours and 20 minutes. Then it came back periodically for a couple of hours, a couple of times during Season 3, until finally they left it in the game for, I think, a couple of days at a time. But still, it was a bit of an odd drop and was only available for a limited time. So LTM certainly fit the name of the Get High experience. But when it comes to Season 4 Reloaded, a new map did get announced as of recently called Get Higher, a sequel to the first map that we saw for parkour, and it was confirmed in the blog that it'll be a bit of a longer obstacle course than the first, with plenty of secrets to discover, collectibles to find, and even more traps than we saw before in Season 3. In terms of when this map actually drops though, I'm gonna guess it'll either be maybe tomorrow evening, because last time it was also, I think, a Friday night when it came out. I swear it was like 7 or 8 o'clock Central. It was completely random. I'm gonna assume it's either gonna be maybe tomorrow night, some point this weekend out of nowhere, or they'll save it for the Wednesday playlist rotation, which is about 6 days away from now. That's just my guesstimate. There is no info at all whatsoever as to when it's going to drop, but if I had to guess, it's probably going to release pretty randomly like last time. I'm just hoping that when it does drop, it stays in the game for at least the next couple of weeks before the end of Season 4. I mean, in a perfect world, they could just leave it in permanently, even if it's not in public map rotation. Leave it in private matches, right? That would be pretty cool to see. And I understand we as a community can't get everything we want, but hopefully the release and kind of launch window of the map is a bit more timely compared to last season's version of Get High, because I know there's folks on the other side of the world, especially in the UK or whatnot, that didn't get to really experience the map last time since everybody was asleep. But what's crazy is that Bob Network UK, a known leaker on Twitter, did report that 6v6 is going to be dropping for the new Get Higher map here inside of Season 4 Reloaded. So apart from the parkour LTM that we'll see in multiplayer, you'll also apparently be able to play 6v6 on this map. So whether or not this means that the parkour version of the map is only available for a limited time, but maybe 6v6 stays active for a longer period of time, that remains to be seen. I mean, hell, even when this video goes up, it's possible that tonight they drop the map because of this new leaked gameplay that just surfaced over on Twitter. We have data miner Jackson, who often reports a lot on Warzone Mobile. He went ahead and posted 6v6 gameplay that he force loaded into his game of what looks like the new version of Get High. So this is going to be crazy. I'm assuming it's just a bit of a smaller, condensed version of the map. It's not going to be a massive experience or anything. Clearly not the exact map we're going to be playing in parkour, but a condensed version that fits for 6v6. Now, this is awesome considering that Season 4, of course, doesn't have as many original 6v6 maps as we saw back during Season 3. Still a healthy amount of updates, though, for multiplayer across the board, don't get me wrong, but it's crazy to see another surprise map drop for 6v6 in what I'm assuming is going to be an update before the end of Season 4. Hell, they could even save it for Season 5. Never say never here. Maybe they'll just do parkour for now and save the 6v6 for later, but the map looks like a lot of fun. It's going to be pretty trippy to play it, and with that, you're probably going to want to run some specific camos that will match this gameplay perfectly. So with the launch of the mid-season 4 update, the usual data miners did find several cool looking camos, some of which are animated, that are a part of the new Get Higher experience. First off, we have the Gridlock camo, which isn't an animated one, it's just a still looking camo, but looks cool nonetheless and fits the vibe and aesthetic perfectly of Get High. And hey, we didn't get any rewards for beating the first version of the parkour map, so I think any reward is better than nothing for this new iteration. It's going to look pretty cool on just about any weapon, especially the Kar 98. But then we have the shifting grid camo, by far my favorite one that has leaked out so far. This one obviously changes colors and is an animated version of the Gridlocked one that I just showed you, but this one for sure is the best one in my opinion. You guys may disagree, and that's cool. Do so down below in the comments, but I know for sure I'm going to be grinding this Get Higher map for as long as possible. I mean, if it's only a drop for a couple of hours, then we're going to have to really definitely be quick to complete the challenges that we're going to go over in a second if you want to get your hands on some of these camos. But lastly, we have the Synth-Bust camo. It's likely going to be the final unlock, or the hardest one you can get within this new version of Get High. Back in the Season 4 creator call, they did tease quite a bit when it comes to this new version of the map. They teased more rewards and showed us a glimpse of, I think, 2 of the 3 camos, so it's cool to finally see what they look like on actual weapons here in-game. But I think it's going to be tricky if the map is only available for a limited time and the camo's hard to get. People are going to get frustrated with how rare that camo unlock may end up becoming if it's going to be hard to go ahead and get it on your first couple of attempts. But as far as the challenges for Get Higher do go, this is coming from, again, Bob Network, the leaker over on Twitter. He said these are the challenges that he was able to find. So first, successfully complete a Get High run for the first time. This doesn't apply to the first Get High map we saw in Season 3. This is only a challenge for the new version here within Season 4. So completing a match just means you load into a game and you play whatever you can, time runs out, or you win, and then the game ends, right? You don't have to successfully win and get first place in this match, just play a full match of this new version of Get High. That's how this first challenge should work. But the next challenge is apparently successfully complete a Get High run in under X amount of minutes. So it's unclear what this exact number is. I'm gonna guess that if it's like the first Get High map, they're gonna want you to beat it in under 7 or 6 minutes-ish. I mean, it's unclear exactly how hard they want to make this, but I'm sure it's not going to be impossible to do, especially when you know some of the right strats and some of the shortcuts you can take, which I think even when Get High got added back at the very end of Season 3, I was still learning some new strats that I hadn't known, even though I had played the map like 20 or so times. I was always looking for new ways to go ahead and beat it, and that was a ton of fun. But the last challenge is apparently to reach the castle. It's unclear if that's like the flight of stairs from the first map, where you can kind of walk into the sunset and then reset and go back to the very beginning of the obstacle course. It's unclear if the castle is optional, right? Can you beat this new version of Get High without reaching the castle? Is the castle an extra challenge on top of that if maybe you beat the map fast enough the first run? It's unclear how this is going to work, but it's being speculated that the Synth-Bust camo will be unlocked by reaching whatever this camo is. Again, the rewards for each of the challenges is unknown. It's just being guessed right now based on how cool the camos look, but Synth-Bust is the craziest looking camo, so I'm guessing that will be the hardest one to go ahead and unlock here with Season 4. But as far as how to complete these challenges in the easiest way possible, there is an article linked down below in the description and in the pinned comment. It's over from detonated.com. That will be updated as soon as the map does release with the best strategies to go ahead and finish all of these challenges. And also, we'll keep you guys updated with where the collectibles are, any other secrets. I'll, of course, make a follow-up video with a walkthrough of Get Higher once the map does drop, similar to what I did last time, right? I just posted my first attempt playing it. I actually did pretty well. I think I got first place in that very first gameplay. So I'm going to keep you guys updated with all that here on the channel. And, of course, the Detonated team will have you covered. Now, here's a bit of a hot take, or just an idea that you guys might appreciate. So I think what they did with parkour in Modern Warfare 3 has been pretty cool to see. It's a very unique experience that COD really hasn't done too much of in the past. I know we had free run back during Black Ops 3, but it's cool to see different type of LTMs like this, especially when you can repurpose whatever it is into, let's say, a 6v6 map or something for gunfight. I think what they've done with Get High is really unique, and I'd be curious to see in Sledgehammer's next Call of Duty if maybe the third mode isn't a zombies or an extraction experience, but instead is something a lot different that incorporates some of the best elements of parkour and Get High. You know, you could have multiple obstacle courses, some of which support PvP, some of which may support AI and maybe extraction. I think you could do something really interesting if you put even more support and eyes on a mode like this, so that you don't have to have Treyarch step in again in, let's say, Sledgehammer's Advanced Warfare 2 or whatever their game is called in a few years. You could avoid having other dev teams or even Sledgehammer doing another zombies, and instead could do something very different, and they could kind of solidify and stamp a new third mode for the entire Call of Duty franchise that, again, kind of builds off of what Get High has done with Modern Warfare 3. I think it'll always be known that Treyarch's going to do zombies for their game as their third mode. Infinity Ward may go back to DMZ or something like that, but Sledgehammer has a good opportunity here and a good foundation with some of these really cool, wacky, fun, parkour-like experiences that could be evolved a lot into a full-fledged third mode, which could also be supported very well over like a 6-season run. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the brand new Get Higher parkour map here inside of Season 4? How are you feeling about the challenges, camo rewards, plus everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.